Have you ever seen a kitchen like this? I went in to second fix a house and my mind was blown as to how there could be lights on in the kitchen when the power wasn't on. It took me a lot longer than I would like to admit, but eventually I found the source of the electricity, as you'll see in a second, which was a little battery that you have to charge every 6 months. Now, what are your opinions on this? I don't know. I don't know if I'd be the biggest fan of charging this, but they have a lifespan of 6 months before they have to be recharged because it's not going to be open all the time. Moving on from that, then you can see the LED feed and then all the switch wires out to where the LED lights in the kitchen were supposed to go, but now they're all on batteries, so only one of these cables is actually being used. So we're going to get into something interesting here, especially for the apprentices. So one of these is being used, but none of them are marked. And they probably should have been marked, but they weren't supposed to be because all of them were meant to be going in a connector together. But now we need to find the one that is being used and the other ones will become redundant, as they say. So we go to the end of the cable that we do need and we twist the live and the earth together, as you can see here. Then you go back to your multimeter and flick it onto the bell setting, which you can see in the photo here. Looks like sound waves. Then you tap the end of the two prongs together from your multimeter and wait for that sweet sound of success. After you hear that sound, you know you're good to go. So with the live and earth twisted on one end of the cable, we just bell, as you say, between live and earth on the other end of these cables and try and find it. So you can see in the bottom left of this photo, the live and the earth twisted together. And what you do is you touch off the live and the earth at the other end of the cable, which means that the circuit is completed, which means we'll get a bell noise. Now that was kind of hard to hear with the multi-tool in the background, but what you do is you mark up that cable so you don't forget which one it is. And we got the sound, but there was one more thing that you need to do before you finish doing this. You go back to where the cable is, you pull back apart the brown and the earth, and then you go back and you check it one more time and the bell noise should be gone. And if it's not, then there's that opens up a whole Pandora's box of problems. But check it one more time with the meter, as you can see here, just to make sure that you definitely have the right cable. No noise, reading's gone. What a time to be alive. Anyway, we moved on then and it was time to start putting some of this stuff away. Now, anytime there's transformers involved, because they do fail eventually, they do need to be in an accessible spot. No matter where it is, whether it's up behind a light or in behind a secret little compartment in a kitchen like this. I thought this was neat enough and will definitely be easy to get to in the future, although they may have trouble trying to find this. You'll see how well it blends in once it goes in there. So that has been all I have time for today. I have been very, very busy lately, so I'm trying to just get some good content out there. Anyway, I'll be picking up some more Milwaukee stuff over the weekend. Keep an eye out for that, and I'll see you all soon.